All right, Sleep. So I have a few recommendations for the server. As you may know, I'm a fairly popular active player, and a few things that I've noticed why people don't really play. Number one being any new player that comes on the server, they go out of PvP, they try to get things, but then they just get swept up by jetpack players. And there's not really a fair fight for any new player unless they're Windows 10. And I understand, like, I am one of those people that you go out and kill all the new players, but there's a small idea I think could help new players is maybe having more mini subs or supporters on the server, kind of showing them around, not necessarily showing them around, but like saying if you get a coin bomb, you need to go deposit your money, or if you pick up money, you should quickly try to get away and put it in spawn because they don't even know whenever they pick up money that they have it. I mean, they'll just see the money they get picked up and they'll think, oh, it'll just go straight to my bank. So that's some other things I've seen because I picked up like 10 grand off new players after they just stayed in spawn for like 20 minutes. And then other times, people are always combat logging in after a jetpack chase. In a jetpack chase, whenever you're chasing them, you can't catch them if they're just going in a straight line. I mean, unless they're really, really bad at running and they run out of, or they need to stop and eat some food, then maybe you can kill them. But after about 25 seconds, they're still going to have enough hunger to get away and either leave the game or do slash spawn. And I've recorded it many times, many different players doing it. I've showed fat, many of them have been banned, but it's just really unfair. It's harder to get stuff, harder to get any loot, especially on the ground, because they just leave the game, they disappear. Um, Another recommendation, I understand like you have a life as well, and that developing isn't as easy as it sounds. So I feel like if you could find another developer that wouldn't charge you, or maybe even if you could spare it, um, spare a few dollars or something like that to help them develop the server as you go, that would be nice. And I understand like there could you possibly couldn't. I'm not gonna discuss your financial life, but my point being, maybe if you came out with another, not necessarily like sponsored kit, maybe like maybe something along the lines of maybe even in-game money. You don't want anyone spending $100 and getting like 10 million though. That just kind of ruin the server's financial status. It'd be good for you, but it'd be with people like that don't mind spending 150K on sponsor ranks. Um, Another thing being, oh, I had it in my head, but now I forgot what. Oh, I understand that you like creating new things such as wilderness and stuff like that, but we don't really have enough players that are going to be willing to play all that under all of our current situations with people not being able to get loot and stuff like that. Like, no one really plays City Island. It's rare if New York gets players. Typically, it's only if Chicago shuts down and all the noobs run into New York and then no one's on Chicago. And so they all go to New York. And I mean, orphaned houses, some of them are, but for some noobs, it's hard for them to afford. Like, an example would be the green tents. I've seen those go orphaned for 27,000, and noobs, they just don't know how to save up their money like that, especially with PE players. I played on PE a few times, and like I'll be trying to type something, it just takes forever to click it. But I understand that that's not your problem or anyone's fault because it's PE. Um, but orphan lands for those small houses are just a little bit much for the new players. So I think maybe we could do something with the houses. So I imagine maybe if we got more, because we don't have a single that active admin. Like if I ever need help with from an admin, I have to direct message them on Discord. The support on here isn't really that good. Fat helps me a good amount. Ruby helps me a good amount. But I know I'm not a favorited player from the staff. Like I kind of have a bad reputation. Why? But if you think about it, I have a really good mindset to be playing the server, and with all my experience on the server, it'd be good for you to take my advice, because in my in my best opinion, like currently there's 8 people are online. There's only certain times of the day where people are online. I understand that's because of Germany and stuff like that, different time zones, because a lot of players are from Germany. But then again, it's mainly because we don't have enough players playing because no new players want to stay. Like the way I see it is, if I'm playing on a server for like 2, 3 hours, it could be fun. Maybe if I have like a gun, I'm not terribly or like that trash at the game. But if a mobile they find an M4A1, they think it's this server is really cool, but they're mobile and it's hard for them to aim, and they just get swept up by a jetpacker. They can't do anything about it. They're just dead, and they don't even know about the BP1 command /BP1 for the backpack, because one, no one really tells them, and any other server they typically use /PV1, and that's their player vault, not backpack. So it's really confusing for them. So they don't know they actually have anywhere to store stuff. So like I said, my the thing I would say that's most important right now is getting more on the staff team. Just maybe another developer if possible. Um, more. I wouldn't say mini subs. The mini subs here, not gonna lie, pretty. None of them do really do a good job. Blura, she does some things she's not supposed to do. Cloudy does not need to be terrible. Like I understand the reasons why I wouldn't be one. I'm equivalent to Cloudy, um, because if someone's talking trash to me or something like that, I mean, I'm obviously I ignore it sometimes, and then other times if it's just like directed towards me multiple times, then I'm gonna say something back, and then they try to start an argument, even though they start something and they're a worse player than me. Um, yeah, I mean spawn. I mean spawn's okay, but I'm not. That's not a priority compared to all the other priorities we have. Like I imagine if we had 40 players, 40 to 60 players on at all times, it would actually make like ranks such as Mafia harder to get rather than just someone getting it so easy. Because I've gotten a 490 kill streak before, and they're not hard to get at all for some players, because there's not a whole lot of players online. Whenever there's like a few noobs online, typically around nighttime for some reason. Um, they're they're just too easy to kill. There's not enough players to look like. Example, whenever there's like 40 players online, I'll notice like if I go and try to kill this guy with my jetpack, and then I'm behind him, and then I start to fly up for a second, but then I get RPG'd by some dude that I didn't see hiding behind a wall. That's because there's enough players online. There's a bunch of them in PvP. Rather, right now there's one, two, three players in spawn out of the eight that are online, and like three of them are looking at houses right now. So just not enough people playing. Not enough people playing, and reason of that being not enough staff. We just need more staff. I understand we have plenty of mods and stuff like that, but there's a lot of times during the day where a mod isn't online. I always have to message someone. Like almost always have to message someone to get online if there's someone hacking, and I don't even feel like doing it all the time. And me, someone that gets credible proof to have someone banned for breaking any rules, I have to go through a long process of screen sharing, or I record so much whenever I'm playing the server that I don't even name my videos anymore. Like I have a big file folder on my computer just for the recordings, and they're all just named the dates and times that I recorded it, and it's, they're just so unorganized. If I want to find something from a few days ago that I'm gonna get screen shared, it's just a long process that I don't even feel like doing anymore. It's only if I really, really feel that someone deserves to be banned. Like if someone's just a straight up douche to other players, and I remember recording something as like maybe they house killed or they were using some type of reach hacks or something, then I'll pull that out. Or if they're just disrespecting me in general, then I'll be like, yeah, okay, bud, you can have a nice ban. I have proof of you hacking. So that's essentially what happens. All right, Fad. I think that's really. I think he kind of understands it. We just need more staff, and some staff should get demoted. I don't understand why Ender Boy is still mod after he abused banned me and all day, and the fact he doesn't even play anymore. Don't really see why Cloudy staff. I don't really see why Palu is staff. Palu works, but he abuses the mess out of everything. He gave Verfixen 2 million after I stole her house, but I paid her back for it, and um, and then she went in PvP with the 2 mil and died with it, and then she got another mil, and then she got land 535. I don't know if you've seen it. Go take a look at it. It's just ridiculous. It makes everyone mad. Not to mention, I don't have anything against that one girl, aka Kayla, the girl that owns Land 395. She put it on her alt account. It's like OX Sky OX. But my point being, there's a lot of players not working for anything that they have. I feel as if like the admins are more willing to help the girls rather than the guys. So maybe even like a girl admin. I understand that it's hard to find admins you can trust, but I feel like Poke would make a good admin. I feel like Fat would make a good admin. Ruby, Ruby would be an alright admin as well. Ruby's semi-active. Fat's fairly active. Poke is, I mean, honestly, compared to me, they're not active, but Fat gets online if I need him to, and he's just my source if I need something done. But those are recommendations if you are planning on taking my advice for admins. Fat, I'm done.